What? Is this really a joke? Itachi, Obito, Nagato, and Trixie, Dan Hamming and a bunch of our gang members got assaulted and killed at NASCAR Cafe by General Guy and a bunch of other wanted employees.
Sorry to say this, Damien, but it's true. Dan Hamming and many of our gang members actually died from getting beaten up severely by a bunch of our worst enemies of all time. If this is not a joke, then our worst enemies have seriously gone over the line. Assaulting people and wishing people an unhappy birthday are one thing, but killing the leaders of the rude employee hunters and team Avengers is over the line.
I agree with Goku.
Me 2.
Me 3.
Me 4. Even though me, Jiren, and Vegeta were some of Goku's biggest rivals in our show, killing a bunch of our gang members, including the leaders of the rude employees and Team Avengers, is totally unacceptable even by our standards.
I obviously agree with it. And now, because of this, Goku has to take over as the replacement of Dan Hamming and Twilight Sparkle since he agreed to take their places if they were to ever die. And as much as I would hate to admit it, Goku's current final form, which is Mastered Ultra Instinct, is a lot more powerful than my current final form. I will definitely need more forms if the rude employees cause trouble after General Guy's 100th job. But anyways, do you guys have anything that could help us now that the leaders of the rude employee hunters and Team Avengers and many of our gang members are dead?
Yes, we do. Here they are.
After Itachi, Obito, Nagato, and Trixie gave all of the remaining members of Team Mighty Warriors, including the remaining members of the rude employee hunters, Team Avengers, regular clone avenging team, and Team Nasty Zog, the Zanpakuto swords and the Kusanagi swords.
Wow. So, the weapons you have to help us against the rude/wanted employees are these swords?
Yes, but these are not just any ordinary swords. Both of these swords have certain powers. There are two ways to stop the reanimation jutsu. They are to either manipulate the summoners to perform the sequence of hand signs to stop the reanimation jutsu or seal away the souls of the reanimations. These swords will help you do those things in case if you guys lose your powers or if any of the rude/wanted employees find out about Itachi's plan and try to ruin it. Sasuke and Damien, the powers of the Zanpakuto sword are the same as yours. The powers of the Zanpakuto sword are to manipulate illusions, put others under genjutsu, mind control, the moment they look into the sword, and cast permanent illusions on an enormous scale that cannot be seen through by any means. For example, the reanimations can still be affected by genjutsu, so if we make them look into the sword, then they will be placed under genjutsu, and we will be able to turn all of the reanimations, including the reanimated version of Dan Hamming, against their summoners and break them free from being controlled to do bad things, meaning that we can turn their trump card into their most crippling downfall. Another example is if any of the rude/wanted employees look into the Zanpakuto sword, then we can trap them in an illusion of our own design, and we can torture them mentally for all eternity. As for the Kusanagi sword, the powers of that sword are used to seal any way anything it pierces or stabs through. Those who get pierced by the Kusanagi sword will be able to bid farewell to their soul, but not to their suffering. Those that are sealed by the Kusanagi sword are doomed to suffer forever, never to rest in peace. If anyone is pierced by the Kusanagi sword, then not only will they die, but their souls will be sealed forever in the sword, and they will never come back. Not even Grogar's powers and evil Damien Thorn's powers to revive people will work on those who are sealed inside this sword. Kabuto Yakashi and Orochimaru were unable to reanimate those who have already been sealed away to a different place besides heaven or hell. So, if any of the reanimations do rescind the reanimation contract from their end and do not disappear after the reanimation jutsu is released, then we have no other choice than to seal them away with the Kusanagi sword. These swords are indestructible. And also, unlike us, the powers of these swords cannot be taken away no matter how many times someone tries to use the pumpkin wand on the swords.
Trixie is right about these swords, but we have another secret weapon that is extremely powerful. And also, we were able to convince almost all of the people on the list of people we planned to invite into Team Mighty Warriors to join, except for Zeno.
Wait, what? Why could you not convince Zeno to join Team Mighty Warriors? Heck, Zeno doesn't fight, but he is the most powerful character in your show, and he is perhaps the most powerful non-troublemaker in this entire world, even more powerful than the members of Team Mighty Warriors and General Guy's entire gang combined. In your show, even though he is a non-troublemaker, he is capable of wiping out entire universes or anything with just one move. So, this means that he can just erase General Guy and his entire gang from existence with just one move. However, Damien already made the rule that if any one of us steps out of line and kills any of the root/wanted employees or any of their gang members, then we will get kicked out of Team Mighty Warriors, and our reputations will be tarnished. So, even though he is an troublemaker, if Snow is to ever wipe any of the root/wanted employees or any of their gang members from existence while he is in our gang, then he will not only get kicked out, but our reputations will get tarnished big time.
We understand. And it's true that I made a rule saying that anyone who dares to kill any of the root wanted employees or any of their gang members will get kicked out of this team, and they will never get a second chance. We definitely owe the people who got reanimated an apology when we revived the people who got killed by the root wanted employees. The people who got reanimated are right when they said that we left them to die even if we didn't mean to. But anyways, Itachi, Obito, and Nagato, it's time for you three to continue with your plan. As for the rest of us, it's time to hunt down the rest of the root wanted employees.